Thank goodness when I got back here, most of the people I felt I might have an issue with were gone. Chris Stafford is way over on the other end. According to Amanda, I do need to be afraid of him, and, well, you know what? I do feel I have to be afraid of him. Who's the bigger threat, these youngins who are pissed off that they got busted, or Chris, who's looking at fucking prison time? Yeah, Chris Stafford, just trying to acquire an illegal firearm. And of course, he did that on my channel. That's pretty significant. Manipulating the police in order to harm his victim and her reputation. And she'll admit she ain't got the greatest reputation. I saved her as Amanda Kayak. Some of you might have been here the day that she came over and wanted the kayak. That ended up going to Dallas Palmer. We've also gotten to hear people on this channel, like Kyron Rhodes, talking about how Dallas Palmer is being accused of raping people. Now, I haven't seen that, but I'm going to actually look it up here in just a minute, because I want to know for sure. See, in a small town, reputation is pretty important. It's more important than the truth. It's a small town. Now, pushing to somebody to suicide, which is what they've been trying to do, whether intentional or not, that shit is every fucking night. That bullying by the youth ain't too much of a problem. It's Mr. Sly Guy themselves, you know? People like Chris Stafford scare the hell out of me. Amanda scares the hell out of me, too. Now, I told you that I was assaulted by a police officer in Boulder. The video shows it as well. The biggest issue is the lack of audio. That's why I needed to get the body cameras. All my friends wanted to promise they were going to help me, but I needed to be patient. What I needed is one person who was going to help me turn it in right away. For over a year before Natalie Bollinger got her brains blown out, I was trying to get help stopping abuse. Now, there is a lot of abuse that is recorded on my channel. Abuse against at-risk adults. Being forced to do it on YouTube because police just talk over me, well, that's goddamn priceless. There's a lot of evidence on this channel. Evidence that can put away a lot of child molesters and rapists. Now, some of that I have offline. Quite a bit of it I have offline. But some of this evidence doesn't exist anywhere else in the world except on my fucking YouTube. When people commit crimes against me in real life, I do record it. Now, you might have noticed I'm a mean son of a bitch, because I certainly am. That's what you've taught me to be. Mean. You've taught me that the only thing that I can do to get heard is to be mean. If I make jokes and try to be happy, you pretend like there's no problem. If I tell you there's a problem, then you treat me like it's not a problem. Well, just because you want to pretend it's not a problem doesn't make you right. I can pretend that a sourdough bread is a Ferrari all I want, But if I try driving it down the interstate, it's probably not going to work out well. Y'all ain't realized yet how mean a son of a bitch I really am for a lot of you, because I talk nicely to you. Because I do treat you decent. I even tried doing the when in Rome thing, and I think Dallas Palmer just drove by. Maybe I'll call him up and see. Ah, shit. I didn't save it. Yep, more restricted numbers harassing me. Oh yeah, but the cops pretend that none of those people exist. Must be a figment of my imagination. We having fun with this yet? Anyway, Dallas Palmer tends to ignore me till he wants something. Or unless he comes down to the parking lot and is bored. I watched his truck for a whole week. His dog Coors, though, that's my favorite thing about Dallas. And I know that's sad. That's not actually Dallas. That's his dog. I do like Dallas's personality. I mean, he's one of those happy, smiley people, you know? But also, he's antagonistic. He did have enough respect that even though the first night I met him, he was thinking some of that racist stuff was funny, but after the first night, he stopped. He realized I didn't have any liking for it, and he didn't take it out of me. Now, obviously, restricted call after restricted call. This has been going on for years. That'd get him working. That'd give him to give a shit. That'd get somebody to fucking help me turn in the goddamn evidence. No, people want to argue. That's what they want to do. They want to feel like they're right. They want to feel woohoo. You notice I'm not very nice. And if you haven't, well, that ain't on me. I don't make you guys mean or cruel or stupid. You do that on your own. Oh, there we go. More racial slurs. Let's get out and we'll take a look at that fucking car. We can get the license plate. Oh, there it is. Silver car. It's got a dent in the driver's quarter panel. Oh, looks like Jason Scudder is actually over there. So let's see which direction those little races go in. There they are. I don't have their license plates, but I am going to call 911 nonetheless because it is fast, hopefully. Let's see. Why will it not let me call? Here we go.
Tillamook 911, what's the address of the emergency?
It would be, I guess, Denny's. I'm actually over at the Tillamook Sporting Goods parking lot, but there's some youth that drove by me and wanted to scream the N-word at me. It's recorded on my YouTube channel, and they just went over and parked at the Denny's. Also, there's a witness to multiple situations of harm against me that's over there by the name of, hold on a second, Jason Scudder. I'd appreciate it if I could speak with him, but the thing is, the youth just pulled up in a silver-colored car. I didn't get the make or model, but they drove behind my vehicle here and screamed, "You're a N-word," and then went and parked over at the Denny's.
Okay. All right. And can I get your name and a phone number, please?
My name is Sean Schwartz, and if you give me just a second to make sure that my YouTube channel is muted, I can read to you my phone number because it pops up on my emergency thing now. Is that acceptable?
Okay. Yep, that's okay.
Okay. It happened about 30 seconds before you answered the phone, if that. I made sure that I got out with my camera to make sure I recorded the vehicle, but they were driving pretty quick. I was able to catch them on film as they were pulling away. They're actually getting out of the vehicle right now and getting ready to go into the Denny's.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get this information over to one of my officers and have them speak with you as soon as they can, okay?
All right. It looks like there are 2 of them at least.
2 of them in the group?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let you go, but I'm going to get this information over to them, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that's a good thing. These officers know that I record everything. So let's get plugged back in so that it doesn't die while we're recording. It's 17 minutes in, so it was probably right around 15 minutes. Let's see how much battery we got. 15%. Alright, so let's see where we're at on that. What are the chances of the cops doing their jobs? Next to none. What are the chances of them yelling at me and telling me not to record? Well, the chances of that are pretty good, actually. Let's see if I got Jason Scudder in here. I got Jared Scudder. Cops use just about every excuse they can for bullying me. For me speaking out, I get people don't like that. I recorded it as well. People don't like that. What are the chances of the cops doing their jobs this time? I'm gonna call Jared real quick and see if this works. There's a state trooper driving by. He just kept going.
Please leave your message for
Jared Scudder.
Hey Jared, it's Sean Schwartz. I was gonna see if you were possibly awake. I really need to turn in some crimes that are perpetually happening. You're the one person to actually make an effort at that, and I need somebody to actually make that effort again. I'm tired of being abused. Thanks, Jared. I'm gonna see if I have your dad's number. I was hoping I might be able to get it from you. Let me see. No. I don't say very nice things about very many people, but most people aren't very good. Let's see what the response time is. Let's shine goddamn lights. Cute. I suppose I probably ought to. Where the hell are my rolling papers? I really would prefer to have somebody here for my safety, but we know how this works. Hello, Officer Fitzgerald.
Hi,
Bonjour.
how you doing tonight?
Still dealing with gang stalking, still dealing with stalkers, still trying to turn you guys in, still trying to turn in the situation over there at Fred Meyer's when you said you was going to come back, and well, we already knew what was going to happen if I was able to get out of there. By the way, Jared Scudder, one of the witnesses to multiple situations, sorry, not Jared, Jason Scudder is over there. He's a witness to multiple situations, but this is actually about the people in the second car over. They drove up behind me,
Okay.
yelled at me, hey, N-word, and drove back over there. This has been going on for a while.
It has? Do you know them? They've
I
done this
do.
before?
Well, there's another officer here. They have done this before. They've done this since I got here, but it didn't start becoming rampant hate crimes until just recently. Now, there's a guy named, what's his name? God, I can't remember his name at the moment. Not Kirwan. He just had a birthday yesterday. Fuck. Well, anyway, I've got the situation recorded. Now that I have two phones that both have internet access, I can take the video that I'm currently recording because it's on this video.
Okay.
Let me see. I got to try to take it to my channel. Now that situation with Vicky Rain, I still need you to take my report about that. And I've been trying to get you to do that for a while. I've been trying to get your coworkers to do that too. Hold on, I'll look up Jamie again. A lot of these are, some of my predators are actually in prison that have badges. I'm proud of all of them. Let me see. Jimmy again, Sean David. No, that didn't take me to it. Sometimes it does. Oh, that might be it. No. There's another guy who goes by Sean David. He's a songwriter. Sometimes I get people on my channel that are,
So these guys have done this in the past before?
they have, but the whole group of them started really seriously hate criming it about 4 days ago. They've even screamed out of a megaphone at me, screaming the N-word, calling me the N-word. There's multiple recordings on my channel of it.
Okay.
But on this phone, I have to try to locate it by, here it is. This is the Jamie again one. This is in the Dalles, Oregon, actually. There's a felon who's gonna assault her in this video in about 30 seconds, and he punches her in the back of the head. I've been trying to turn that in since it happened. However, that'll allow me to take me to this, and that allows me to, oh, there we go. That might be the one that I'm recording right now. Tillamook Police Chief, protecting myself using Facebook and YouTube, the kkkids, Tillamook Police, and yep, that's it. kkkids. See? Recording it live like I told you. I always do. Alright, so we're looking for about 15 minutes in, I suppose. Maybe here. I'd appreciate it if... No, it's a little bit before that. Maybe here. Alright, it was just before that. See, this is one of the things about my videos, is that it preserves the evidence, but I don't have a place to process it. Oh yeah, there's also almost 100 harassment calls today from restricted numbers. Alright, it should be... Where do I have it at? Oh, obviously it's been going on, the restricted numbers have been going on for a while. And I've tried to turn that in too. A lot of it is from people in town, retaliating me for speaking up.
Did they just pulled up behind you and yelled at you the N-word?
Yeah.
And then drove away?
Yep, they parked over there. They're actually in the Denny's right now. There's at least two of them. That's them getting out right now, those two.
Oh, okay.
They're going to get in the car as we speak.
That little car by the SUV?
Yep, that's them. They're getting in it right now. And here, we just missed it because I was pointing them out. It's at... Come on. I don't want... They're pulling out now. That'll make you guys mean or cruel or stupid. They're pulling out now. Do you recognize their vehicle?
I don't recognize it now.
Well, I'd like it if they didn't get away. They've been doing this for a while, and they've been screaming at me, calling me the N-word for about 4 days now. He's going through the Fred Meyer's parking lot now.
Yep, I can go talk to them over there if they stop.
If they stop?
If I can catch up to them, yeah.
Come on.
So if they don't... I'll go try to talk to them right now.
Sure, it's been frequent and ongoing harassment, and I've got literally months of it recorded.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you right now, that it's not, it's not it doesn't fit the statute for bias crime.
It does, and there's a lot of other crimes that have been committed alongside this. I mean, there's a lot of hatred, and yes, it does fit a biased crime. I am a homeless and disabled adult who can't defend himself, and they do scream a lot of hateful stuff at me. And this has been ongoing. It's a lot of youth in this parking lot who tear this place up all the time, and it's a lot of crimes, including arson, including trash in the parking lot. But also, they've been threatening me and harassing me and sending threatening and harassing messages to me. So, I mean, this is something that has been ongoing. It's not something that I woke up and said, hey, you know what? I think it's a great day to be harassed by people and threatened and called the N-word. It's frequent and ongoing, and it's a bunch of them doing it.
I believe you. Okay, I'm not saying I don't believe you, but what I'm telling you is that there's no crime according to the Oregon statutes.
No, there are crimes according to the Oregon statutes. This is frequent and ongoing, which includes threats, all right, and harassment. And yes, absolutely, threats against my life. Yelling the N-word when it's done frequently and over and over and over again, it is a hate crime.
It's not a hate crime. Okay.
So they're allowed to do that.
Freedom of speech, and I get it. It is harassing, and I can understand why you're frustrated by it, but it is not against the law.
Sir, there are a lot of laws that have been broken, and that's not the only one, all right? These people are gang stalking me. This is not a civil matter. I'm a disabled and at-risk adult who is prone to abuse. I cannot defend myself against this, which is why they are criminal acts. That's the thing about the laws pertaining to being mandated reporters and at-risk adults. This is the reason that I have attempted to go to police, and this is the reason that I have to turn in the police to the supervisors.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, all of the crimes that have been committed against me in this town, I'm told are magically not crimes no matter what. Well, guaranteed, if I do it, I'll be arrested.
So
how about every time I see those youngins, I scream at them the N-word? Every single time. How about I get a megaphone and I scream at them in this parking lot the N-word? How about I do that back to them? Would you come and arrest me?
Okay, so that might be public. That might be discount, okay? But right now,
if I did that, would it be against the law?
It might be.
If it's against the law for me to do it, it's against the law for them to do it. There were dozens of them in the parking lot. It is recorded.
Okay, but no one else complained.
I complained. So it's only illegal if somebody else complains. I don't have any rights. If I complain, it's not against the law.
It has to be, like, affecting the public, okay?
It does affect the public. I am part of the public, am I not? Or are you saying I'm not a human being?
You are, okay?
Well, then why do I not count as the public? They have been stalking me.
To a hate crime, and
it is a hate crime because they have been doing it repeatedly. This is frequent and ongoing, and it is recorded, as well as them screaming it through a megaphone, literally in this parking lot at me, groups of them. And yes, multiples of them. I did record it. I tried to. It is scary for me to call you guys because you guys don't listen to me. You keep telling me it's not against the law, like you're doing tonight when they're doing it some more.
This incident right now.
This incident is part of that. I've attempted to turn it in multiple times. I called it in multiple times yesterday and the day before and the day before that, and I was blown off. And that's the thing. Yes, I did call it in. I keep on calling it in, and you keep telling me that it's not against the law, but if I do it, it will be against the law. But then you say it affects the public. Well, I'm part of the public, and you admit that I'm part of the public, but my complaint doesn't matter, and my fears don't matter. But if they pretend that I might hurt them, then you'll come and harass me over that too. How about stop changing the laws every time you talk to me? How about you stop treating me like the laws are different for me than it is for them, because you are using the laws entirely the opposite of what they're supposed to be used. I am an at-risk and disabled adult.
Can I talk?
You may.
Okay. So, public discount, right? That's a different thing, but them coming up to you individually tonight, what happened tonight?
They weren't individually. There was more than one of them in the vehicle. There was more than one of them. You saw them get out and get into that vehicle. What you're doing is going out of your way to not do your job, which is why it's a good thing that I have it being recorded right now as we speak.
Okay. Well, I'll go see.
Can I get your card, please?
To him, okay.
Can I get your card, please?
All right.
If I call 911, they tell me it's not against the law. No matter what, they make up some excuse why it's not against the law. It's frequent and ongoing, and I have explained that since I got to this town. Now, no matter what, they're just going to talk over me. When it comes to abuse against at-risk adults, these cops are literally going to do everything that they can to not do their jobs. I have to literally call 911 and deal with officers who have committed felonies against me to try to turn in repeated crimes against me. When I say it is frequent and ongoing, I mean it is frequent and ongoing. And yes, I speak up. Yes, I speak out. Yes, I record it. Between calling 911 and recording it, if I've got a choice between one and the other, I'm going to record it. Because if I don't record it, they say that there's no evidence, so they're not going to do anything about it. Even when there is evidence, somehow magically it's not against the law. But I asked if I did, it would be against the law. Yes, it would. Well, I tried to turn it in immediately, now didn't I? But I have to be afraid to call 911, don't I? What happened when I called 911? We recorded that earlier. Now you see how afraid I have to be of calling the police. How afraid I have to be of calling 911. How they're going to change the laws. They're magically different for me than they are for everyone else. For everyone else. I'm not part of the public, apparently. Now, he stated that I'm part of the public, but he tried to infer that I wasn't by not listening to me as if I was a part of the public. A crime against me is the same as any other crime, is it not? Well, no, actually, it's not. It's advanced. Because I can't defend myself. There's no such thing as a civil crime against me. These are all criminal acts. If they can use the term mentally ill and send me to mental health instead of doing their jobs, then yes, they do have to afford me the rights of a quote-unquote mentally ill person. He just wanted to argue. I told him about multiple crimes committed against me, that it was ongoing, that I have lots of evidence, that I've been posting it on my YouTube all day long. I've also been trying to turn in Tillamook Police Department because this is what they do every time. Even when I'm assaulted, even when I'm threatened. They tell me to call 911, but I call 911 and I get bullied. Told that it's not an emergency. Really? Now I've got another bully officer still out there pointing his lights at me. Finally, there goes one. There's the other one. There's Chris Stafford, the guy who's got the, well, he couldn't take no for an answer with Amanda, and he stole her mother's firearm. And that's another one of those things that needs to be turned into these police officers. The thing is that it's unsafe for me to turn stuff into these police officers. Every time I try, they talk over me and make every excuse why it's magically not against the law. You hear that sumbitch trying to twist it into it's not against the law, and I'm pretty sure that's Lotham. You have no idea how many felonies that sumbitch has committed. You see how nonchalant they were about it. This is frequent and ongoing abuse. And you goddamn right I speak up about it. I'm sick of this shit. You see, here's the thing. It's not just that. There's a lot of videos on my YouTube channel, and they're recorded. Now, when I call 911 and I say that it's frequent and ongoing and it happens every day, they don't care. They don't care. They talk over me. No matter what, nothing is against the law, apparently, if you do it to me. But if I do any of these things, it's magically against the law. Now, that's Fitzgerald. He's the piece of shit over there the day that I got kicked out of Fred Meyer's for what? For being fucking victimized by Vicky Rain and Nick. Oh, and by the way, Nick is on my channel, recorded harassing a black homeless man in this town. Christian. Now, for me, trying to maintain some sort of decency with these youngins so that they stop, well, the situation that fat kid did and his two buddies that day. Like, no, that's not acceptable. Thank goodness I defused the situation because the cops wouldn't do shit. Why do I record everything? Because the cops will literally just talk over me, no matter what. Who is the person who came over and helped me to get all of my stuff? No matter how many times Rob came out and bullied me, I couldn't get Jason Scudder to come faster than he could. And how many times have I spoken about how grateful I am for that? The other thing is, I still needed someone to go in with me to turn it in. Now, if I make a written report right now about the incidents that have been happening, what's going to happen? I'm told none of this is illegal, apparently. Magically, none of this is illegal. Jason! Hey, can I get your help? I'm still taking that harassment every day. Thank you, Jason. And these cops keep wanting to send me to mental health and have mental health take care of it. And I tried to be as hospitable as I could in my interactions. But there are certain things that I'm just not going to stand for. When people want to use the N-word, I'm going to speak up. Now, we got Brian Fitzgerald's card here, and I've got a whole collection of these. Also, I've, over time, gotten to memorize some of these people's names. I speak up on YouTube for a reason. Now, when he asks me, did I call 911? I have to be afraid to call 911 because they're just going to show up and bully me as they have time and again, or talk over me, or talk down at me, or try to somehow magically change the law so it's not against the law. No, go fuck yourself. Oh, there's a police officer. Shit, I didn't grab it fast enough. It's the white police car. That would be Fitzgerald, or the white police SUV. That's Fitzgerald tonight. And the one who's driving in the gray SUV is, well, I'm just basing this on what looked to be his body type. He looked to be a hefty man. That would be either Lotham or, what's that sergeant's name who I can never remember? Sounds like there's a vehicle behind me. Here's the thing. When people are abusive to me, I come to the internet. I'll do my nasty shit here. I will speak up here. And here's the thing. Through all of this, I'm the only one who ever actually tried to follow the law. But because police didn't want to follow the law, they wanted to keep on changing it, depending on who it is. And you can see the inconsistencies through every single bit of this. How police magically change the law back and forth as they see fit. You asked if I called 911. You goddamn right I called 911, and I was bullied for it. See how much battery I got. Shit, it's going down. Apparently it's not charging in this. I need to buy a new charger cord. If you're too much of a coward to do the right thing and you're just gonna run your mouth, I don't need to hear your bullshit. Since Chris Stafford left, I feel more comfortable about taking a lap around the parking lot to try to charge up my battery. No matter what, the cops tell me this shit's not against the law. The one time the cops pretended they were going to do something with Monica up there at Tides of Change, it was Martinez, and he went out of his way not to do his goddamn job. He even wrote down a case number and everything. But then when I went to the DA's office, they didn't know nothing about it. Nobody knew anything about it. DA's office said they couldn't give me a victim's rights advocate until we had an official court case number, which should have been done by Martinez, but Martinez was too busy not doing his job and trying to, well, he gave me the whole, are you sure you didn't ask to be raped a little bit treatment. Refused to look at any of the evidence that I had, and Monica refused to help me get any of that evidence turned in. She was only willing to work with me in a way that nobody would be able to do what she's asking them to do. Nobody would be able to do that under these conditions. Now people, when they realize they've done something wrong, one of the big things they really like to do is to play stupid. How is it that I can tell that somebody's about to play victim? They play stupid. The moment they start playing stupid, the gig's up, because I'm going to go fucking public with it. It's not okay for people to continue to hurt me. It's only wrong if somebody who's not me turns it in. You notice how Fitzgerald wanted to give me the mentally ill treatment, wanted to ignore the previous situations where he should have done the right thing, and instead he illegally and immorally weaseled his way out of it. See how much battery I got. Hopefully it's charging. Let's see. Witnesses to crimes your cops fucked up. Jason Scudder, Kara Scudder, Scott Scudder, Jared Scudder, Dallas Palmer +6, Karen Rhodes, Caleb, the manager, Fred Myers, one of the managers. Caleb's really super nice. All the Scudders are super nice. Agencies committing fraud, and that includes Tillamook Family Counseling Center, TCCHC, Northwest Senior and Disability Services. the crimes committed by these officers, yeah, I have to be afraid to call 911. Now, there's evidence on this YouTube channel from today and yesterday shows that I speak up. There's also the excuses that the officers make. No matter what, there's always some excuse. 911 dispatch operator. I had to call 911 dispatch on to turn in because the 911 dispatch operator wanted to play stupid and bully me because he made a mistake. Mistakes like that get innocent people fucking killed. Now, when that dispatch operator mulled it around for a moment, yeah, he wasn't dumb. He knew which way the cookies were going to fucking crumble if he didn't call me back. And what'd he do? He called me back and he did his fucking job. He just had to act like a fucking idiot for 6 minutes first. Play fucking stupid for 6 minutes first. To eat up time and waste time where he could be listening to the victim. But no, they already decided. I already decided who's right and wrong. A disabled and homeless adult. A disabled, homeless male adult is the most likely person to be murdered by police, the most likely person to be murdered by the public, and that car just drove by. Fuck it. And that is not a police officer following them in an SUV. It just went north. They try to bully me into leaving. They just want to talk over me and make suggestions. Anything except take the charges seriously. These people are pissed off they're recorded, pissed off that they're on the internet. But they're committing crimes in these videos. With the way those youth acted the day that Christian was threatening to kill him, that right there is what made it from me trying to ignore them to me having to do something, because the cops weren't going to do a goddamn thing. They never do. They tell me nothing is illegal to do to me. Threatening my life is not illegal. Assaulting me is not illegal. Screaming the N-word at people maliciously is not illegal, apparently. Doing it frequently over and over is apparently not illegal. But it is illegal if I do it. Well, it's a good thing I don't go screaming the N-word at people, isn't it? On the bright side, the evidence backs me up. On the not so bright side, popularity backs them up. In places like this, the law isn't what matters, it's popularity that matters. And that's really fucking sad. Let's see if this thing is increasing in charge or decreasing. Still at 9%. You have no idea how many times they have bullied me for recording and pretended that recording is the reason that I'm bullied. No, I was bullied before I was recording. It just got worse when they realized I was recording. And then you want to blame me because I recorded people bullying. Shit. I get on my YouTube and I act like them. See how you feel about it. You don't fucking like it. Holy shit. But you expect me to like it. You expect me to just travel along like everything's A-okay. I really should take a lap. Police have repeatedly tried to bully me into moving as a solution to the bullying. That seems to be their solution everywhere. To ignore the crimes, pretend that they're not crimes, and try to bully me into moving. Well, that's not going to fly. Now, I asked that officer if I did the things those youngins are doing, including screaming through a bullhorn, screaming at somebody that they're the N-word. Well, obviously, that officer, that's right, he would arrest me if I did it. Why is that? Why is it the situation over there at Fred Meyer's? Multiple situations where I had to deal with predators. Why is it the police did everything they could not to do their job? And then I get told, oh, well, why didn't you call 911? Well, you noticed there was a police officer there, right? Do I really have to call 911 if there's a police officer already there? And that's one of the things they try to use as an excuse why it's okay. Well, you should have called 911. I fucking did. I'm not sure if you noticed, but 911 dispatch continues to lie to me to this day. That's right. Today, I called 911 dispatch. And they still lied to me and fucking bullied me. These bitches have too much power. At least it smells good in here. Now, did they give me the option of making a written report? No. If I try to turn in a written report, what's going to happen to it? Will they allow me to turn one in? I'm not sure if you guys have been paying attention. I go to turn it in, they tell me I got to go somewhere else. And then I'm told to go to somewhere else after that, and somewhere else after that. They send me through mental health. And none of those people help. Instead, they all take advantage of my disabilities and pretend that nothing is against the law. Like there's literally nothing that is against the law that you can do to me. You can do literally anything that you want and police will support you. They'll look the other way. In this situation, what is the likelihood that they're actually going to talk to those little fuckers? Not very good. Will I recognize the car? Yes, I will. Just like I recognized Tyler Crabtree's vehicle. The parents in this town have no idea how badly behaved their children are. Oh, wait, no. Someone taught them to behave that way. All of my naughty behaviors I learned from my predators. Guaranteed, if I do what my predators do, it's against the law. But it's not illegal for them to do it to me first, as a group. I'm not allowed to be afraid of that. And they want to pretend that it's a civil matter. It's not. I am a disabled person. Whether they want to acknowledge it or not, I am still disabled. It's not that I haven't told literally hundreds of people here. It's not that I haven't recorded literally hundreds of people here. That's right, there are literally hundreds of people recorded on my channel. Hundreds. Talking about the corruption of the police here, how bad it is. I suppose I shouldn't put my blind down. Oh shit. That's what it is. It fucking sounded like a vacuum cleaner. I'm like, what is that? It's my switch there. I should probably leave this down so that I can see that. So, Scott Scudder over there, sorry, not Scott, Jason Scudder over there, he's the one who helped me move my stuff when Vicky Rain dumped it all on me over in the parking lot over there. She's the one who broke the law by doing that. Her and Nick. Now, they could have looked at the cameras, but Fitzgerald didn't even try. All he was interested in was bullying me into leaving. Now, Rob and them were even meaner to me. And these aren't bias-based crimes? No, they absolutely are. The fact that they won't do their jobs for me shows bias against the homeless. I am disabled. And it's not okay that they pretend that these crimes couldn't be committed against me because I'm disabled. Or they pretend that I'm not disabled when it's convenient for them, when they pretend that I can do these things myself. I can't. If Susan knew how many times I've been told by police, well, you should have called 911. When I did. I absolutely did call 911. And I was blown off by 911. And that's why it fucking continues. Because nobody actually does anything about it. That's why it's frequent and ongoing abuse. Instead of, hey, fucking get involved, tell them to knock it the fuck off. I can't get a protection order because I can't function. I need a quiet and safe place. Now, since I got here, I've had to listen to that racist bullshit. As somebody who looks very Jewish, yeah, it is probably a good idea for me to pay attention when people are screaming Nazi slogans like white power out the goddamn window. I have to be afraid that if I call the police, they're going to talk over me and bully me and berate me and refuse to do their job. And then later on, when they haven't gotten back to me, haven't fucking done a goddamn thing, well, you got to hear Martinez. He didn't even try making a fucking report. Of course, he also talked over me the whole fucking time. And that is gaslighting like a motherfucker. See, Fitzgerald tried to play it off like this shit's not illegal. Well, guaranteed if I do it, it's illegal. There's a big difference between somebody wanting to do this and someone being forced to do it. I got 100 people, hundreds of people recorded on my channel talking about how they'd kill people in this situation, including several of the Scudders. You don't fuck with somebody's family. And nearly everybody says that they would kill these people. I'm trying to get help turning these people in. You should have called 911. Well, did you call 911? Of course I called 911. Or at least I fucking tried. I also called friends or family. Well, tried to find a friend or family that I could call to make the call with me, because if not, I'm going to get talked over by the 911 operators. They're going to pretend like it's no big major deal. And you know what? I am afraid to call the fucking cops here because they've committed felonies over and over again. I am an at-risk adult. This is not a fucking joke. The more they fucking ignore it, the more these people do it. And when it comes to the First Amendment, well, it's illegal if I do this shit. I'm not allowed the First Amendment, apparently, or the Second. But these cops can talk over me and try to lie at me outright about what's legal and what isn't. This is frequent and ongoing. Frequent and ongoing. Kind of like that racist old guy. Frequent and ongoing. Alright, thank goodness it's going up. I'm exhausted from this. Now them youngins tearing it up all night in the parking lot, you know what, that I can handle. I was young once. The racial slurs, no. Them yelling until I go over there, otherwise they drive up next to my vehicle. Yeah, if I don't give them the attention that they want, I have to deal with more annoyances. Oh, there's Jason Scudder coming around. No. Maybe he is coming around like he said he would. Maybe he's going to keep on going. Looks like he's going to keep on going. So goes life. Of course, he might be taking someone home too. Guess how much I paid Jason Scudder to help me move my stuff from the parking lot here over to the storage. He was able to get it all done in about 20 minutes, picking it all up and putting it in the trailer. And he was able to get it all upstairs in about 20 minutes, and he didn't charge me a thing. I paid Alexander $100 to help me move my stuff. And he spent most of his time having me run around, do errands for him, or telling me he'll come and fucking help me, and just wasting the entire day. And then we got up there, he was so fucked up on drugs. I get told that this is my fault, that I get taken advantage of, but the thing is, nobody's helping me with this. I have to depend on drug addicts. All right, somebody's typing at me here. Ian Curl typed, abused. We have been nothing but nice to you. We have given you money to get food and coffee, and you sit there and record us 24/7. I record everything. I wonder if Ian Curl is the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, chubby kid with braces. The one that wanted to sexually proposition me today. I'm not okay with that. Now, these youngins don't like the fact that they're recorded being racists, being bigots, trying to start fights with people who are brown-skinned, trying to instigate fights, tearing up the parking lot, squealing tires. Ian Curl typed, no, I'm not. All right, well, good. Thank you for not being that. By the way, anybody who's watching this, Ian is one of the people who sent me a friend request on Facebook. I did not accept it. Now, there's another guy that I accepted it, and his name is, hold on, I pulled out my piece of paper here because I could write it down. Let's see, Kieran Rhodes. He just turned 18 yesterday. However, he told me that he was 22. Also, his Facebook profile said that he turned 24 today. Why did I accept, what's his name again? Kieran Rhodes. Why did I accept his friend request? Because he claimed that he was an adult. So Ian Curl is typing bros out of his mind. See, here's the thing. It's not illegal for me to record. It is illegal for you to racially profile and to maliciously and viciously do these things. Now, Ian Curl, he wants to say we. How about he talks for himself? See, there's another predator right there. Oh, wrong way. I don't like predators. Now, when there's a bunch of youngins maliciously calling me the N-word over and over again, screaming through a megaphone that I'm the N-word, you know what? I've had to deal with that since I first got here. Now, as far as been nothing but nice to me, lie to me, you snot-nosed little shit-ass bitch. Nothing but nice to me. Oh, giving me money makes it okay for you to fucking bully me, huh? How much money did you give me, bitch? Huh? You think accepting your money means it's okay for you to be fucking assholes? No. And that right there's the problem. Is these guys thought that this was just fun and games bullying me. Thought that it was okay. And it was malicious. And it is recorded. And I get that they don't like it. And I don't care. You can't make me care. You cannot chastise me and bully me into pretending or feeling sorry for you shitheads anymore. No. No matter how much I stuck up for you guys, you're still the same brats. Now, I had to deal with this racism and bullying on a small scale before Christian came out and threatened that group of kids that was there. But when that group of kids wanted to be threatening towards me over it, I couldn't ignore you assholes anymore. So I got out and was diplomatic with you shitheads. Ian Curl, see, again, he wants to type this money stuff. Money makes it okay to bully somebody, huh? Money makes it okay to harass an at-risk adult, huh? Money makes it okay, doesn't it? Money makes it okay to call somebody a child molester and the N-word. Money makes it okay to antagonize somebody over and over again, doesn't it? Jesus goddamn Christ, Ian. And thank you for typing here. Now I know the names of one of the other assholes here. Thank goodness somebody reminded me. A lot of people did predatory shit and then wanted to throw chump change in my fucking face. And then you guys wanted to sexually harass me on multiple occasions. Call me over, then surround me and bully me and antagonize me with that goddamn N-word, and then trying to incite me to violence against people, and you're pissed off? Dude. Thank goodness there are two things I am able to do to you. Right here on this channel. The first one is to take screenshots of the shit that you're typing. The gaslighting, the bullying on my channel. Blam! Also your excuses, your validation. I owe it to you to let you bully me, huh? Because you gave me money. How much? Did you give me $10,000? $20,000? Hell, did you give me $10? How about $2? Let's pretend that you gave me $2 or even $10. Hell, let's pretend you gave me $100. If you gave me $100, does that make it okay to commit hate crimes against me? Now, of course, we're going to take a screenshot of the stuff that he's saying, but we already got what we need. So what happens to Ian Curl? We do one of the things we can do on this channel. Hide user on this channel. And blam! He's gone. It's that fucking simple. But I still got to deal with him in real life. In real life, I have to be afraid everywhere that I go that he's going to retaliate against me for telling on him. The reason that I recorded is because it was out of hand. It was already out of hand before Christian threatened them. It's not illegal for me to record these people committing crimes, especially hate crimes. I get that this is a KKK stronghold. You can't shut me up. You literally have to put me in the ground to shut me up. Ask Tim Beeson. Wanted to threaten to put me in the ground. Well, he never made it, did he? Did I go kill Tim Beeson? Oh, hell no. Had he threatened to kill me? Yes, him and many others. And magically, somehow magically, none of this shit is against the law for people to do it to me. Somehow magically, it's all okay. Now, Ian Curl sent me a friend request, and why didn't I accept it? Because he's not a fucking adult, or at least he wasn't at the time. Kieran Rhodes has witnessed to multiple situations. He knows many of these people. I don't know their names. Now, of course, all of these people can pretend that these events didn't happen, but they are recorded on this YouTube channel. They're not pissed off that they were recorded. They're pissed off that they did horrible shit and got busted. They have no remorse for their actions. They're too busy being pissed off that they got busted. I told y'all I ain't that cool guy. I told y'all I am here because my friends are missing and many of them are dead. I'm not fucking around with you little racist shitheads. And I get that some of you are adults, but you are still mentally children, just like that 911 dispatch operator. What are the chances of those goddamn pigs doing their goddamn jobs? Not very fucking good. Now, of course, they can come and harass me just on allegations and threaten me just on allegations. But when I actually record this shit, they still won't do shit. I have recorded on my YouTube channel because police don't do shit. No matter what, they're going to lie to me and tell me that nothing is against the law to do to me. Apparently, threatening to kill me is a figure of speech. Apparently, threatening to kill me is not against the law. So I got the screenshots with Ian Curl. The thing is that making it your word versus mine isn't working too good because I save evidence. The best you can do is go back through and try to play victim and pull out little bits and pieces. But if you do that, you're breaking the law. It's a very delicate situation. Once y'all decided to target me as a group maliciously, again, well, I've been recording since before I ever talked to any of them youngins. I've been recording since I got here and well before. I record for my safety, and I tell people I record everything. People not caring about the abuse that I'm enduring, that's not on me. What's likely to happen to Ian in his future? Well, there ain't a whole lot in this town. He could possibly move somewhere else and go to college. Maybe he'll inherit a farm. Maybe he'll get a job at the Tillamook Ace Hardware. Maybe he'll have a bunch of kids. Who knows? Maybe he'll go to prison for killing his wife. Maybe he'll lynch some black folks. You never know what's in the cards. Ashton Hathaway type, we love you, Sean. Sorry for all the abuse you go through. Well, thank you, Ashton. You know, I'm sorry I had to record it. And that's the thing, is I tried telling y'all. Tell your parents about me. Tell your parents I'm here. Look up Natalie Bollinger's name. I don't have any hatred for these kids. I have hatred for the abuse. There's got to be a way to stop this abuse, and that starts by people speaking up, but nobody in person is speaking up. I've got all of these people that are witnesses to many of these situations on my YouTube channel recorded. Enough of them recorded to put these officers, every police officer in Tillamook. I have the evidence enough to put every single one of them behind bars. What I don't have is someone to call these places with me, because I have to go over their heads. But they've been denying me the right to do that over their heads by saying that I have to go to the police chief. But the police chief, you see how impossible it's been, and they won't let me do anything with the interim police chief. This just allows my predators to continue to get away with it. Meanwhile, Fitzgerald, the officer who was here tonight talking to me, he's the same one the last time that I got some help from Jason Scudder over there at the Fred Meyer's parking lot. You know, Jared Scudder was a witness to the situation with Molly. A lot of people were. A lot of these drug addicts that I talked to were witnesses to other crimes that happened. Some of them were victims of those very same crimes by those very same people. Let me tell you how quick me and that racist old guy, Mr. Murphy, let me tell you how quick it went from him talking to me pleasant to him stalking me. He was trying to assault me in the McDonald's, making a big old scene. Logan Bishop and his girlfriend Shayna told him that I wasn't the guy. I wasn't the guy, but you know what? That old guy had been told by those police officers, just like Logan and Shayna had. Those officers claimed that I had a druggie who was my friend doing drugs with me in my vehicle and that I was schizophrenic. That's literally what these officers told Logan and Shayna and this old guy. This old guy's name is James Murphy. He stalked me here from Hood River. Literally, it went from me being good to all of those people to James Murphy harassing me over and over. Over and over and over. And the cops there wouldn't do shit. Ashton Hathaway type, sorry for all the abuse you go through. Here's the thing, you know, I didn't want to record any of that, and I didn't want to put any of it up there, but those things actually happen. And they do affect me, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. They do affect me. And it does harm me. Especially when I've got an officer who's committed crimes against me telling me that these things are only crimes if I do them. Or am I incorrect about what that officer was trying to insinuate? Shextez Frosty typed so sad. Christopher McConkey typed, just so you know, it is illegal to record us without our permission. No, it's not. I'm an at-risk and disabled adult. I am a disabled adult in an at-risk situation. When it comes to children, the elderly, or the disabled in at-risk situations, nobody has the right to expect privacy. Nobody. Literally nobody in this country. So good luck with that one. Second of all, I inform you that I'm recording. You can have all the problem with being recorded as you want, but for my safety, I record. I have to, because I have no friend or family member who gives a shit. You think a bunch of drug addicts and fucking child molesters are gonna help me? Even if I do share the same last name as some of them? Fuck no, they're not. They're gonna take advantage of me, same as the fucking druggies out here. Shextez Frosty type. How come you can't just go to a different parking lot? I have! They harass me in all the parking lots. Half the parking lots I can't park in because of harassment and crimes committed against me. Because nobody wants to investigate it. And when nobody investigates it, it's the homeless who must be to blame. It's the quote-unquote mentally ill who must be to blame. It's the males who must be to blame. Who harmed who in the Molly situation? She harmed me. Who harmed who in the Tom situation? He harmed me. Who harmed who in the Robert Farnsworth situation? He harmed me. You can be as mad as you want that I record, but I record for my fucking safety. I also take screenshots without your permission while you type on my channel. Oh well. Shextez Frosty typed, I'm sure there is more than one in that town. There might be more than one in this town. There are more than one in this town. Let me show you this. You see that parking lot over there? God, it froze that long. Christopher McConkley typed, it's not all us, though, not trying to be a dick. Shextez Frosty typed, what parking lots have you went to that they have followed you? All of them. All of them, dude. That's the thing. It's a small town. There's no way to escape it. Ah, there's another one. I guess I'm calling 911 again. It's a white car that just drove by. Fuck, it wasn't fast enough. So I guess I gotta call 911 again. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like I said, it's malicious and it's gang stalking and it's wrong. So, of course, let's make sure that we keep it recording. Down to 8% battery. And let me find the phone, because here's the thing, is that bullying me to move does not stop the problem. I have gone through 8 years of this, okay? Moving is not the fucking solution. Putting a stop to it is the solution. Turning in these crimes is the solution. They don't like that they're fucking recorded? Well, how do you like me having my name slandered and I'm not allowed to defend myself? I just have to take the abuse because these officers aren't going to do their fucking jobs. But it's fine because these youngins want to fucking party. They think that being racist is just having fun. They think antagonizing people is just having fun. They think bullying people as a group is just having fun. So what are we doing? We're calling 911 again.
Tillamook 911, what's the address of the emergency?
Tillamook Sporting Goods.
Okay. And a good phone number for you?
One moment, I'm recording live on YouTube, so I'm going to have to pause the microphone for a moment. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, we just need some information from you, so quick
Yes,
as you
ma'am.
can.
Thank you. I just unmuted the microphone. My name is Sean Schwartz. Right now, there's a Christopher McConkey and a Shextes Frost. Oh, that's not it. He's one of the people normally on my channel. Anyway, I had to call earlier because of gang stalking by a lot of the youth in this town and them calling me the N-word. And I just had another one drive by in a white car and scream that at me again. This is malicious, and it's been ongoing for months.
Is that the Christopher McConkey name you gave me?
I don't know. These guys are texting at me on my YouTube channel, which is live right now for my safety. Christopher McConkey and let me see, Ian Curl, and let's see, there's an Ashton Hathaway who said, sorry for all the abuse I go through. Christopher McConkey typed, just so you know, it is illegal to record us without our permission. It's actually not. I'm a disabled and at-risk adult, so yeah, it's pretty illegal.
Okay. So what was going on with the white car?
They drove by and wanted to scream the N-word at me again. This has been ongoing.
Okay, and you said it happened earlier. Is this the same vehicle?
No, ma'am, this is a different vehicle, and it sounded like a different voice. I recorded both of the situations. This video is an hour and 46, or an hour and... All right, sorry, it's cracked right there. Yeah, it looks like an hour and 46 minutes long, and so far I've had the N-word screamed at me twice while recording it, and I've called the cops twice. Christopher McConkey typed, I'm trying to help you, man. So maybe this Christopher McConkey feller can... He's typing on my channel that he's offering to help. He types that he's trying to help me, so maybe he will, but I doubt it. That's the thing about having to go to the cops in this town. I just got talked over. Hopefully they'll do something about it, but I definitely need them to help me to turn this in because it just happened.
Okay, and are you on foot or are you in a vehicle?
I'm in a vehicle.
Okay, what vehicle are you in?
I'm in a Honda Civic. The cops were just out here. They know who I am. Tell them it's Sean Schwartz. They'll know exactly who and where.
Okay, and you'll remain in the parking lot so they can contact you there?
Yes, ma'am. I remain as local and present as I can, specifically because of that.
Okay. All right, Sean. I will let an officer know and have him contact you there, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so Christopher McConkey typed, I'm trying to help you, man. He also typed, it's not all us, though, not trying to be a dick. You're right, it's not all of you. But you guys know the names of these people, and I don't. You guys know who these bullies are, and I don't. You know who the antagonists are, and I don't. I don't know their names. All right, I didn't bother to find out any of your names unless you told me that you were at least 18 years of age. And some of you, I come to find out that you weren't. You know, when I didn't accept Ian's friend request, it's because he's not an adult. When I did accept Kieran Rhodes's friend request months and months and months ago, it's because he said he was 22 years old. His Facebook said he was 23. He just turned 18 today. Sorry, just turned 18 day before yesterday because it's after midnight. My apologies. Christopher McConkey typed, I just talk to people that keep saying this and ask them to stop. Well, thank you, Christopher. But the thing is, it's gotten out of control. It was out of control the first month that I was here, and it wasn't out of control because of you guys. You guys were always fine. All right, Christopher McConkey typed, I'm only 14. And that's the thing, is that 14-year-olds shouldn't be on my channel to begin with. Like I said, some of y'all were adults and some of y'all weren't. And I'm not comfortable at all with being anywhere near kids. At all. See, what happened when I said, hey, leave me alone. Stop. Then I all of a sudden got a bunch of youngins screaming the N-word at me, calling me the N-word now, and also screaming that I'm a pedophile. I don't want 14-year-olds on my channel, but this is an educational channel. And a lot of the stuff that's on here is stuff that if y'all don't learn, it's going to affect you in the future when you have to learn it. I didn't want to learn about racism, but I grew up in the system. I didn't want to learn about rape, but I grew up in the system. I didn't want to learn about assault, but I grew up in the system. I didn't want to learn about drugs, but I grew up in the system. I didn't want to learn about neglect, but I grew up in the system. Guess what, son? You live in the real world. Enjoy the next 4 years of your life, please. Also, with 14-year-olds defending me and the cops going out of their way to commit felonies, what kind of world is this? Shek Stez Frosty typed, where are these people from again? Well, I'm in Tillamook, Oregon. If you look up the Tillamook sheriff, you'll realize that he was just arrested yesterday for exactly what I've been speaking on my channel about him doing. I spoke up about the corruption here. I even have recordings with multiple people out here on the streets. Now, they didn't get their drugs from the sheriff. They got them from some of the other officers, including one of the officers who was out here tonight. Lovely, right? Also, several of these officers have been... Shextez Frosty typed, who was arrested. None of them are arrested. The cops are just going to tell me anything that they do is not against the law. And when I ask if I did it would be against the law, oh, yeah, of course it would be. Of course it would be if I did it. If I do it back, it's against the law. I record for my safety, not to hurt people. Let's see how much charge I got on here. I don't want it to die. It's 1 a.m. This has gone on for days. By the police refusing to document anything or investigate anything, they allow these predators to get away and allow me to be treated like I'm making it all up. Now, there are some of these youngins who may not have taken part in it, but I don't know all their names. Obviously, I don't know Christopher McConkey, or in specific which one is Christopher McConkey. I never wanted to record to begin with. Now, the sexual harassment and the bullying and the surrounding me and doing that whole he wants to F you and the this and he wants to F you and the that and can I suck your... Like, seriously. It's hateful and it's hurtful. Yeah, my gay friends all stabbed me in the back. Nearly every one of them. But while you guys are being anti-gay, I still stick up for them. Every time you guys say the N-word, I say I don't like that word. And so you make it a game to antagonize me. When you want to hate on homosexuals, I tell you I don't like that, and you make it into a game, don't you? And if you in specific aren't doing it, good for you. Good for you. But what about the ones who are? You think it's easy to ignore them? You think it's easy to ignore you guys squealing your friggin' tires here until 2 o'clock in the morning? Meanwhile, I wasn't trying to turn that in. As long as you guys weren't destroying shit, there's no problem. And if you do destroy shit, I was cleaning it up for a while there. Christopher McConkey typed, I'm the smaller red hair that likes talking to you in a nice way, not a mean way. Well, you're still sarcastic. You're the guy with the messed up arm, aren't you? The arm in a sling? Yeah, you do talk nice to me. I'm trying to get help stopping abuse, all right? I got a lot of friends who are dead. And that isn't something that 14-year-olds should have to deal with. It's not something I should have had to deal with at 6 years old, for goddamn sure. Christopher McConkey type, yeah. Thank you, Christopher. I do remember who you are. Obviously, you're getting on here and typing, so you do consent talking with me or typing with me here. But like I said, just the fact that I communicate with you at all, if people even see you with me, they're going to assume wrong things. Now, for the people down there to start screaming child molester at me and the N-word, that's not just hurtful. All right, that's malicious, and it gets people killed. Now, I'm sure you remember the day that those Hispanic folks were walking across the parking lot. And you were saying you went to school with some of those girls. And how many people in that recording wanted to talk about hurting those people? I'm sure if you listen to that video, you'll recognize that those are your guys' voices. And since you know those people, you'll recognize who said what. But what did I do while that was being said? I mean, those Hispanic kids were walking by pretty close. Them voices were loud enough that it would and should be intimidating to them. If I was them brown kids, I'd have been scared shitless, and you goddamn right I'd have done exactly what they did. Keep my mouth quiet and walk as a group. Finish our business and walk back. problem here is police unwillingness to do their jobs for a disabled homeless man. And without people speaking up, I have to continue to take it. Yes, I absolutely protected you guys, and if you looked at my channel, you'd realize that I was sticking up for you guys the whole time until this recent BS. I definitely spoke out about the racism and about how wrong it is. Of course I do. When I'm told I should just move somewhere else, you know what? It's expensive to move. I had to spend a lot of time and a lot of money to try to get myself just a post office box here. If I move somewhere else, I got to try to reestablish myself there. Get a post office box, get some money. I don't have enough money to live on for the month. Ever. $822 to try to live on. I had to come here fleeing exactly this kind of abuse in Chapel, Nebraska. You know what they called me for my first 10 years in Chapel, Nebraska? N-word lover. That's right. And they thought they were going to shut me up too. The cops didn't want to do their jobs there either. It's a KKK town just like here. Did I call 911? Did I call 911? This is what the cops want to do. Or they want to tell me, you should have called 911. Are you serious? I called 911. I got fucking bullied and threatened with arrest. You don't stop to realize how hurtful this is. When Christian was threatening to kill all y'alls, no, I wasn't down with that. But also, do the cops listen to me? No, they don't. They talk over me. When y'all were fucking around with that pistol over in the parking lot over there, you damn right I recorded that. I was fucking scared shitless that somebody was going to get their brains blown out in front of me. I was afraid that the cops weren't going to get their... Sorry, disconnected. When I got out of my vehicle, that's when they stopped fucking around with it. But you know what? At that point, too late. I went over there to explain to them, hey, you know what? That could get an innocent person fucking killed. I wasn't trying to be an asshole. Karen Rhodes was there and a lot of other people. And that includes that Mr. Christopher McConkie. And you know what? I get that it was just fucking around, but it literally could have gotten an innocent person shot. With a real gun, not just a BB gun. There's recordings on my channel, not just with you guys. You're not the only ones that are pissed off at me for that. Now we're in public. If we were in your private residence, well, it still would not be illegal for me to record because I'm disabled. I have no guardian and no advocate. So I am supposed to record everything. That's what the lawyers that I spoke with before Natalie Bollinger got her brains blown out told me. Record everything. When these crimes happen, you need to record everything. Keep a logbook of it. And I did. I did keep a logbook of it. Now, are the cops likely to come out here and do anything? You know, the cops here have spoken with these youngins on more than one occasion. They're familiar with them. These officers might be able to listen to the videos and recognize each individual youngin'. Might even be able to tell me which ones are old enough to talk to and which ones ain't. Kieran Rhodes just turned 18 yesterday, and I definitely got on my YouTube channel to wish him a happy birthday. I also complained about the fact that he lied to me and told me that he was an adult. Alright, it's the white vehicle, so that would be Fitzgerald. Obviously, I'm not interested in hurting anybody, and I never was. Well, I got the names of a couple of people here. One of the gentlemen who knows who some of these people are, his name is Christopher McConkey.
Okay.
Another vehicle, a white one this time, drove by and, of course, screamed the N-word at me.
Okay.
This has happened over and over again. I did call 911 repeatedly. I was threatened with being arrested if I called 911 again. Tonight I got lucky. Yes, this week.
Okay.
I got it recorded. I also got bullied by a 911 operator earlier, and he outright lied to me repeatedly until I told him, hey, you are being recorded live on YouTube right now. And then he changed his tune and stopped playing stupid.
Is this tonight that this happened?
That was earlier today that I called 911 because, this, like I said, this has been going on since I got here. Now, these youngins weren't that big of a problem when all they were doing was tearing around in the parking lot and once in a while screaming racial slurs, but you know what? This is horrible. I've recorded them pointing guns at each other in this parking lot. I've recorded them doing all sorts of stuff. Right now, I got to worry about Chris Stafford because he's got something going on with this girl, Amanda. Meanwhile, Amanda and her mom are letting me know that Chris Stafford is talking about hurting me and telling people he's going to hurt me. They're also telling me that Chris Stafford stole Amanda's mom's gun, a .25 auto, and I've got all of that recorded.
Okay.
I'm trying to turn it in. I need a safe place where I can sit down in peace and quiet and turn it in. The same thing I've needed since I got here. The same thing I needed in the Hood River.
I know. Can you describe the car to me?
Yeah, it looked like...
Was it the same kind as earlier? Or
no, this was a white vehicle. It was a different vehicle and a different voice. The people who are on my channel now, Shextez Frosty, Christopher McConkey, who else was on here? There's also a youngin' named... Ian Curl. I blocked him from my channel because he was being an obnoxious little shithead.
Okay.
But I took a screenshot beforehand. I always do that.
Okay.
There's also someone named Ashton Hathaway. A lot of these people have seen the abuse. Some of them may have taken part in it. It depends on which situation. And the thing is that Christopher McConkey is saying he's the smaller red-haired kid that likes talking to me. When I asked if he was the one who had his arm in a sling, he typed yeah. But he's only 14 years old and he's texting to me on here. I did say that I wasn't very comfortable with it. Someone named Jackson Eggert typed, hi, Sean. Hi, Jackson.
Okay. Can you... So you said it was white. Was it like
It looked like a, and I'm probably wrong about this because it looks like a 90s bathtub car, but it looked like a Dodge Neon.
Gotcha. Okay, but it was small like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was that kind of shape. But the thing is, this has been ongoing almost since I got here. When the situation happened, I ignored the youngins out here for a long time and just spoke about how annoying it was they were doing that on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I only got out of my vehicle when I heard a girl scream because that's what we're all taught to do. But there was a guy here named Christian, and I'm sure you remember him. He was getting fucked up in the parking lot and coming over my vehicle and being demanding. If I didn't give him what he wanted, he'd vandalized the parking lot. I tried telling multiple officers about that and got blown off. But, he pissed on my vehicle, and if I tell him no, he vandalizes stuff. So I feel obligated to say yes to the guy. And he came up to my vehicle as he was walking up one day, screaming that he's going to kill somebody. Well, his words were in a very loud voice. He was screaming, "I'm going to kill you." And he screamed that about 3 times, I guess, before I got my recording device out and up and started. And then when he got up to my vehicle, he asked for a cigarette, and I gave him one. And this time, giving him what he wanted just wasn't good enough. He was too fucked up. So he started screaming that he was going to kill those kids and that their trucks all look like toys and they owe him a vehicle. And then, they're youngins. They got fucking smart ass with him, and it ended up not so good. But also, I did my best to try to find somebody else to help turn it in, because the way the police talk over me and tell me that everything's somehow magically not illegal to do it to me, but if I do it, it's illegal. And that's one of the biggest issues that I've had, is that literally in order to show that it's illegal, I have to commit a crime myself. That's not okay. I don't want to commit any crimes.
That's good. So I will try to look for him, but this is the same answer. I have to give you the same answer, okay? And I looked at the statutes and everything after we talked earlier tonight, and it's just, there's no statute that fits this, okay?
There is statutes that fits it. It's long-term harassment. It's not just one. It is ongoing from this group of individuals, and these people right here know who they are. Christopher McConkey knows who the individuals are.
Right, so
the recordings are there. I have called 911 and been blown off. Yes, gang stalking and grouping up and ganging up on somebody like this is wrong. Harassing me everywhere I go is wrong. Trying to bully me into move somewhere else, that is wrong. It is against the law.
Okay.
Now, they've also been harassing me in text messages and threatening me there, and that has happened frequently today. As far as the illegal firearms go, and me needing to be afraid of people who have illegal firearms and have tried to purchase illegal firearms in front of me. Chris Stafford tried to buy a firearm in this parking lot. It is recorded on my channel, from Dallas Palmer. Now, he also admits that he's a felon.
Do you know when that was?
I think it was about... I think it was about 3 months ago. It was before I tried to go to Astoria to turn you guys in.
Okay. Good. And you said it's recorded on your channel?
It is recorded on my channel, and that's the thing about me needing to sit down in a room and go through all of that, because there's over a dozen recordings just today. You're going to have a heck of a heyday going through that and trying to find it.
Yeah, I get that.
And that's why I need a room to sit down and do it, because depending on you guys to do that is taking forever. I've been here for almost a year now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, the police department doesn't have any rooms, you know what I mean? That you can use.
You do. You have an interview room.
No, we don't.
And it is specifically for this purpose. Well, some of your other officers said differently. They said that they do have one, but they might need it.
Okay.
So they denied me the right to a room that apparently you don't have, even though some of your other officers claim that you do, but I can't have access to it because they might need it.
Well, it might be at the sheriff's department. Was it a deputy? Because they got a bigger place down south out of town.
And I've tried calling them too. And no, it wasn't the sheriff's department. It was police department.
Okay.
I've got nearly every one of the interactions with you guys recorded, including me trying to turn in the crimes that were committed January 28th at the hospital when I was assaulted. But nobody does anything about that. Now, that stalker who stalked me here from Hood River, nobody does anything about that. Him threatening to kill me, attempting to assault me, him stalking me here since Hood River, yeah, that is definitely against the law. And when Officer Martinez did all his stuff, he did the same thing as everyone else. Talked over me, refused to look at evidence. He gave me a fake case number, and when I went in to try to check on it, they told me there was no case number. They refused to allow me to turn you guys in over your heads until your sergeants have done their jobs. Your sergeants tried to either bully me or send me to another jurisdiction or tell me to go to other places above their heads. Now, since I don't remember the names of the sergeants, could you please remind me of their names?
Yeah, it's Sergeant Hollis, and then it's also Sergeant Harrell, our two sergeants.
All right, well, I'll have to look at the videos because one of them straight up bullied me right after Officer Lotham showed up. I was trying to turn in Officer Lotham for repeatedly threatening, harassing, and intimidating me, and also for going out of his way to assist these predators and getting away with it. Now, when that happened, there was a situation in November where I went in to try to turn that in, and Officer Lotham is the one who showed up. Now, by law, as soon as those people realized that he was one of the people I was trying to turn in, he should have been asked to leave by the hospital staff. Instead, I have a recording of him. It's 4 hours long. I got a recording of him for 30 minutes of that, badgering, berating, and bullying me, and he did that repeatedly. When I tried to turn him in out here, he came out here and harassed me here. Same thing over at McDonald's. When he harassed me at McDonald's, I was kicked out of McDonald's that day. Did you know that? Yeah, when police do that stuff and harass the victim, it's not okay. By the way, you were there with him that day.
Was I out here?
You were, the day that I got kicked out of McDonald's. Yeah, you were with Officer Lotham.
Okay. Okay.
There's also the situation over there, the day that Vicky Rain and Nick pulled all of their stuff. I was victimized. I take the punishment, and still nobody bothered to do any investigating. I still haven't been allowed a room where I can sit down and write a police report safely. And that's the thing. I am a disabled and at-risk adult, and it is required that my rights as a human being and as a disabled person are followed. If a woman is raped and she has to use a room to file her report, you don't have any sort of a room that she can do that in? Well, neither do any of these mental health places that I'm being sent to.
Okay.
So why am I being sent to mental health?
You'd have to talk to them, okay? I'm not a mental health professional.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that none of you officers are mental health professionals, which means that it's unprofessional for any of you to pawn me off on mental health instead of doing your jobs as officers.
Those are the resources that we have, okay? That's where they can connect you with other
They don't.
resources.
They don't connect us with resources.
Okay,
They're
but
all
that's-
referral services. So maybe you should call these referral services and you should check between the evidence that I have versus what you guys keep telling me, because these referral services don't do what you claim they do.
that's
Now
all-
either you're lying or they're lying, and
that's
since
all
I've
we
got you
have,
both
okay?
recorded,
Or that there's only
all you have is a
places
bunch of
that-
services that refuse to do their jobs for disabled homeless men.
That's up to them, okay? We can't control them.
No. When crimes are committed against me, absolutely you're supposed to investigate. First of all. Second of all, it is not okay for you guys to pawn me off on mental health, because they're not going to investigate it. They're going to tell me it's not their job and that I need to go to the police. Well, the police won't do their jobs. They keep sending me to mental health. So it's time to stop playing head games. And as far as the statute, as far as frequent and ongoing harassment like this, where I have to fear for my life and have had to since before I got here, I mean, you have no idea what this is like.
I don't, and I'm not saying that I do, okay? But a car driving by and saying the
The barf pack type, what's going on, Sean? Jason Eggert type, then don't. Jason Eggert type, not to be a jerk, but there is other places to park, pal. Go fuck yourself, Jason Eggert. See, I can't just keep on being repeatedly bullied into moving. Yes, this bullying is illegal, it's immoral, and I can't make a civil report without a safe place to do it. I am stuck. My disabilities make it so that while I'm stuck in public because of all of this abuse, I can't function. You guys absolutely have a room that I can use, and so does the sheriff's department. But you guys both go bouncing back and forth between it's not your jurisdiction, it's somebody else's. I need to just go elsewhere. Oh, if I go to Astoria, maybe I can get some help. If I go to Clatsop County, maybe I can get some help. If I go to Portland, maybe I can get some help. You know what? You got lots of people, lots of mandated reporters here getting paid to not do their jobs, to change the subject.
Okay.
Now, about the situation that happened over there at Fred Meyer, I still haven't been able to turn that in because you still haven't made any effort. You still haven't kept your word.
I don't know. You said Vicky Rain? I don't remember that name. Okay.
And see,
But
that's why it's a good thing that I recorded. It's also a good thing that Jason Scudder was there to help me out.
Okay.
Now, as far as you saying, oh, well, you don't know that name, well, it's a good thing I recorded it because you guys are completely and totally inept at your job. I understand this town is a KKK stronghold. I completely understand that. And I get that you whiteys think it's okay to harsh on a lot of people that aren't you. But guess what? You're not blonde hair and blue-eyed either, all right? I am a human being. I am to be treated like a human being, not to be bullied everywhere that I go because I'm disabled and can't defend myself.
You shouldn't be bullied, Sean, but it is not illegal. Okay.
It is illegal.
No,
It
it's
is
not.
illegal.
Okay.
Yes, it is, especially as a group. It is absolutely illegal. I am a disabled and at-risk adult who can't defend himself. It is illegal.
Okay. So, like, it's the same thing that happened before, okay?
No,
And
it's
I
not
know-
the same
I
thing
know
that
it's-
happened before.
No,
It is
what you-
frequent and
I'm
ongoing. This
back
has been
to
going
what
on
you're-
since I got here.
I'm
It's
back
the
to what
same
you're
group of
calling about,
kids.
Okay. You called about the car driving by, and I'm going to tell you the same thing, okay? If I can find them, it's and that was
You
a
didn't
car
try
with
very
that-
hard earlier. You watched them go away. You literally stood here like an idiot and watched. I was
Showing you
pointing
the
them out
video,
to you.
Sean.
And
it's
that
not
could have waited.
illegal.
That could have waited. It is illegal. It is frequent and ongoing. So if you're going to continue to lie to me, thank goodness it is being recorded. Thank goodness there are witnesses.
Yep, that's fine. You can record it, okay? So, have a good night.
Go fuck yourself. Jason Eggert, you're a fucking idiot. No, it's not a simple fucking solution. It's not a simple fucking solution. It's a small fucking town. There is no goddamn parking lot that I can park in that I won't get harassed. There's a bunch of these little fuckers. Asshole. But yeah, sure, you think that your easy solution is a magic fucking fix. It's not, stupid. What, you think I haven't tried moving parking lots? I have moved parking lots repeatedly today. Goddamn fucking pigs. They have to accommodate my disabilities. It is against the law for them not to. Telling me to move over and over and over again is not a solution, you fucking stupid shit. Here's a free finger for you, fucker. Jason Eggert type, drive 2 miles down the road and I'll fix it. Fix what? Fix what? Everybody's solution is for me to move somewhere else. Move somewhere else. Move somewhere else. Drive somewhere else. Drive somewhere else. People aren't abusive because I record. I record because people are abusive. You get to see time and again how these things are. Well, you got to hear Fitzgerald tonight. It'd be illegal if I did it. They've shown that time and again. Jackson Eggert typed, then you won't get harassed. Jackson Eggert, you're a fucking idiot. See, that's the point. Is that no matter how many times you make the same fucking suggestion, you're an idiot and you're wrong. If you type the same ignorant shit over and over and over again, it won't make it true. I've got 7 years of proof recorded on this fucking channel. Because of Natalie Bollinger getting her brains blown out, I haven't been able to go anywhere without people recognizing me. Now, sometimes I get lucky and most people don't recognize me. But I tell y'all to look up the name Natalie Bollinger. You get to see what happens when officers like Fitzgerald don't do their fucking jobs. You know how fucked up it would be if one of you guys got shot? You know how much that would fuck me up in the head if one of y'all got killed? Do you stop to recognize why I fucking record to begin with? Because moving is not a fucking solution. I've moved over 50 times, okay? Over 50 times since Natalie's death. Moving does not fix shit. I can't take care of myself or protect myself. Oh, that's the car right there. Let me see. Jackson Egger type, that's harassment to be, that's harassment to me, pal. So you're also the problem. No, I'm not. See, well, you guys have options. I fucking don't. You want to call this harassment? You're on my fucking channel, asshole. If it's wrong for me, it's wrong for others. If it's only wrong when I do it, then it's not wrong. Jackson Eggert typed, and you should unmute Ian Curl. No, I won't. I won't. I'm willing to take stuff down from being public. I'm not willing to destroy the evidence, though. I need help turning it in. Jackson Eggert typed, you should unmute Ian Curl. No, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. You know why I started recording? Because people were fucking hurt. I started trying to record the abuse by police in Boulder, Colorado years ago. But just like here, I was pretty much all alone. No, it wasn't pretty much just like here. Do you know why? Because I could see my friends. I could have conversations with them. I could make jokes with them. I could be there to give them a blanket so they don't freeze to death. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. I'm willing to dig my own hole. Just stop threatening and fucking do it already, Jesus Christ. You know, all over the news, here in Oregon too, you get to see how people are going to prison for literally the things that are happening to me. Officers are going to prison for doing exactly what these officers are doing to me. Youth are going to prison for exactly what these youth are doing to me. But I'm not allowed to speak up. I'm not allowed to record it. I'm not allowed to turn it in. And that officer didn't give me the option of a written report, now did he? Schick says, Frosty type, these boys are out of control. You're fucking right. Well, with that help, I can't turn them in. This is good old boy bullshit. I told you Chapel, Nebraska's worse. I'm not going to bullshit you there. Chapel, Nebraska is way worse. Chapel, Nebraska, 11 times when I tried to turn in officers, they falsely arrested me and then dropped the charges. They did the same thing in Colorado over and over and over again. They'd press false charges to prevent me from turning in my predators. And then they had to drop the charges over and over and over again. They just tried to drag it out as long as humanly fucking possible. The thing about Fitzgerald is that all he wanted to do is change the subject and lie to me over and over again. Play fucking stupid. Your solution is for me to move somewhere else. People threaten to kill me from all over the world, guys. Like, I've been telling you all about this shit since I got here. I've been telling the citizens of Tillamook County since I got here. Now, they had 2 officers here. One of them could have gone and stopped those youth while he was speaking with me. But they didn't even try. You get to see how he was just making excuses. They don't ask to see evidence when they come out and harass me, do they? Meanwhile, these guys are still better than Dual County Sheriff's Department. Dual County Sheriff's Department would have had me incarcerated already on false charges. See, it's all right for these youngins to harass me. But if I call 911, I'm a criminal. I recommend going through my videos from today. They have made absolutely zero accommodations for my disability and only preyed on them. Let's see. Jackson Eggert type, he has better things to deal with. Well, Jackson, if that's the way you feel about it, your opinion doesn't matter. You don't see me as a person and you don't care about the abuse that I go through. You don't stop to consider the emotional state. You guys aren't separated from all of your loved ones. Jackson Eggert type, he's the police, not the school counselor. That's right, and I'm asking him to do police work. I'm not asking him to come fucking wipe your snot nose. I'm not here saying, hey, you need to go ask Jackson Eggert if his daddy touched him naughty. So instead of being a condescending little bitch, how about you use your fucking brain, Jackson Eggert? It ain't that fucking difficult. But you just want to be a condescending fuckhead. It's pretty easy to take pictures of this. You want to say I'm also the problem? You're damn right. Here's what I learned from being a good man in Boulder, Colorado. I learned sometimes you got to take an ass whooping to do the right thing. Jason Eggert type. Alright, well, it's a good thing they just drove by again. And screaming. I couldn't understand what the fuck they were saying that time, though. So let's try this.
Tillamook 911, what's the address of the emergency?
Tillamook Sporting Goods. That white car just drove by screaming stuff again. Same car.
Okay.
This time, whatever they were saying was inaudible.
Okay. Did you see which direction it went?
They went south into town. Just about probably 10 seconds ago.
All right, and you said they were inaudible with whatever they said?
Yep. Grayson Spath is a witness to some of this situations. He's actually watching my channel, and he's here in Tillamook. This is the third time I've called the cops on these guys harassing me just tonight. They also did this yesterday and the day before and the day before. They've been doing it en masse, including screaming through a bullhorn at me the other night. Now, I was threatened when I tried calling the cops about the situation. And then the officer who showed up here, Fitzgerald, one of the officers I've been trying to turn in, wanted to pull that whole, well, did you call 911? Of course I did. I got bullied by 911. I also recorded this morning one of the 911 operators bullying me until he realized that he was being recorded live on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Do you want contact in person or by phone, John?
Well, if you do it by phone, you're probably going to call from a restricted number, and I've already had almost 100 restricted numbers call me today because I have a lot of stalkers. So I can't tell the difference between one restricted number and another.
Okay, so contact in person?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're still at the sporting goods store?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still recording the same recorder I started hours ago. It's 2 hours, 36 minutes long, and 3 people have driven by already and done that whole screaming thing at me. The first 2 were yelling the N-word. The last time it was that same car that drove by calling me the N-word.
Okay. Did you happen to get a license plate on it?
I didn't. That's one of the problems. I have license plates for some of the other harassers. It's the same group of kids. Some of them are adults, some of them ain't. And they've been doing this since I got to Tillamook, but it got really bad about 5 days ago. Like, really bad.
Okay. All right, I'm going to give this to the officer and have him contact you in person.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Be safe.
You too.
Alright, so Jackson Spath is typing, this is the second time you've called the cops. Actually, I've called the cops over 100 times since I've been here. Jackson Eggert type, Grayson Spath type, hi Jackson. You know, I hope you guys never have to go through this. Statistically, most of you won't have to. The problem with these officers ignoring the crimes against me is that they do allow it to keep on happening. Now, this officer, if he wants to arrest me, could manufacture any number of things, couldn't he? But he says he looked up the laws, and apparently nothing's illegal if they do it to me. He also stated that it would be illegal if I did it. If this and if that, well, you know what? Those situations were true in my case. But then again, no matter what, he wanted to make statements that were demeaning and dismissive. Well, I can be demeaning and dismissive as well. I'm told to call 911, and then when I call 911, I'm bullied. Threatened with being incarcerated for calling 911. At least right now that's not happening. I think that's a plus. I don't mind being highly disrespectful either. Alright, Grayson Spath type. Think it's going to be the same cop as last time? Probably, if they send him out. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I cursed at that disrespectful little fuckhead. You think I should have been nicer to him? Yeah, it's probably going to be Fitzgerald. On the bright side, this is all stuff that's going into evidence. For them to pretend like crimes committed against me are magically okay because I record them is stupid. There's also a chance that cop will go, you know what? He cursed at me, so it's okay for me to be a little bitch and not do my job. He wasn't doing his job anyway. Y'all don't like me being disrespectful. Well, I don't like you being disrespectful, so fair play. The best thing about my recordings is that it really does put Tillamook on the map for being a racist shithole. Now it's a school night, and it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Am I to assume that both Jackson and Grayson are adults? If you can come talk to me like a human being, I'm fine with that, but you gotta be an adult. Y'all got this magic bullshit in your head that, oh, you just drive 2 miles and everything's fixed. No, it's fucking not. I can't take care of myself. Not sure if you noticed that. wish I had a functional lighter. As far as, do I think it'll be the same cop? It doesn't matter which cop it is, none of them are going to do their jobs. I'm not a local and I don't matter. You got to hear Fitzgerald backtracking and being a fucking bum-ass bitch. But I suppose while we're here, I should probably play the recording from this morning. If y'all are going to be watching this. Get us an education. The barf pack type, what you eating, bro? I'm not eating anything. I'm trying to find a lighter so I can light a cigarette. Sometimes I get bullied. Sometimes I get talked over. Sometimes I get ignored. The fact is, all cops are the same when you're a hobo. Criminals. Regardless of whether or not they're friends with you. And many of y'all want to say that you didn't do anything wrong. Well, you know what? You didn't do anything right either. How does that feel to hear? What this officer is doing is called under color of law. It's a felony, by the way, in all 50 states. Trying to pull the wool over my eyes, and when it doesn't work, he just pretends that I'm stupid. Oh, here's a good one. Just trying to get away from him. He runs her down and stalks her in the back of the head. At least 30 people there.
Hey! Hey! We can't have people hitting people. That ain't okay. All right. I'm Sean Schwartz.
That wasn't from this morning. That was from the Dalles, Oregon. And that woman that he assaulted is an at-risk and disabled adult. And you get to hear her screaming about being that guy being a rapist. Then he come up on me and he was wanting to tell me that he killed a chimo in prison. That's cute. Everybody who gets out of prison says they killed a chimo in there, don't they? Man, one time they stuck me with this fucking chimo. Like, don't fucking bullshit me, dude. You didn't kill anybody. This guy right here in this video, Jamie again. Sure enough, he says it. 613 views. 613. There's one of them here called The Missing Women of Hardin, Montana. Hey, Grayson. Hey, Jackson. If your sisters disappeared today, would you want help finding them? Huh? I told all of you I got missing friends. I came up here to help find my missing friends and end up getting abuse after abuse after abuse everywhere that I go. I came here fleeing abuse in Nebraska. I came here so that hopefully, being this far away from those predators, that they wouldn't be able to hurt my little sister and my niece and get away with it or try to blame it on me. Just as people tried to blame me for the death of Selena Not Afraid and Natalie Bollinger, tried to accuse me of killing both of them, tried to accuse me of killing Christine Buhit too. My stalker from Hood River, Murphy, Oregon, plate number HD 44648. All right. Now, because of that, it'll actually take me to my channel. See? We get to see the video that we're recording right now at this moment. Let's see. And that's a lot of videos. Here's the thing, is that them youngins wanted to engage in gaslighting, and the cops want to engage in gaslighting. I'm willing to take this stuff down from public in exchange for help turning it into the police. Here's one for you. There's a thing about moderators there. That would be nice. All right, so we're going to break down a 911 call that just happened. This is from 15 hours ago. I'm pressing play on it. Did I call 911? Did I call 911? Yes, and I got fucking bullied for it. So I turned in bad cops to bad cops. You hear that? Now, mind you, now that you know that it's a 911 call, we have several 911 calls where they transferred me to the police chief's, well, interim police chief's number. They also refused to do their job because he can't do it because I was able to use the mute button quick so that I could give my number at the very beginning of the phone call and then take off the mute so that I can save it. Can't be letting everybody have my number. Anyway, I don't have my number recognized, so I had to dig through stuff to find my phone number. This afternoon, though, my number pops right up on it. Anyway, they've done so before. It's been the only effective way to actually get that done. I got a 3-day-old donut here I'm going to take a bite of. You're welcome for telling me about my food. So it shouldn't be a problem. I already know. Well, those youngins drove by
911 are
again
gonna
and
be a
yelled
bunch
some
of
more
useless
stuff.
twats.
It was the second vehicle, the white one, and they were headed that way. And I wasn't able to hear what they said this time. It was inaudible, but it was a lot of talking this time. And it's the same video. It's 3 hours long now. 2 hours and 53 minutes long. I didn't hear what they screamed at me, but it's definitely the same vehicle. Also, some of the people that are typing at me include Grayson Spath and Jackson Eggert. And they are locals, and that's one of the things they've been typing on my channel about.
Okay.
There's also a young man named Ian. Yeah, Ian Curl. Most of these young men, a lot of these young men have spoken nicely to me.
Okay.
But that doesn't detract from the fact that the bullying still happens, and it does need to stop. I mean, I can't just keep taking this. This drives me to the point that I have a mental breakdown, all of this bullying, and it is illegal to bully people like this, especially disabled and at-risk adults.
Okay, so I will keep an eye out for them, but I can't sit out here and watch you, okay? And I can't hunt down a white car and pull them over because I can't tell if that's, I have no reason to pull over every white car that drives through toll. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, there's also some of the other vehicles that I got the license plate number to. I don't have the names, but I got the license number and the make and model, like that.
Have you already reported those?
I've attempted to and been denied the right. I've been talked over instead.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to my disabilities, yes, accommodations need to be made for my disabilities. It's illegal for those accommodations not to be made. If I need a quiet room to sit down with my evidence and write a report, then yes, by law, you are required to do that.
So, I'm not, yeah, I will look for the white car, okay, and I will drive past as much as I can, but I have other things to do tonight, okay, and I can't keep coming back here the whole time for something that I've already told you, this is the third time I'm telling you, it's not illegal.
It is illegal. Harassment is illegal. Long-term harassment is illegal. Doing it as a group is definitely illegal. Doing it over and over and over again is definitely illegal. You already said that if I did the things that those youth were doing, that it would be illegal for me. So why is it not illegal for them?
No, I did not, Sean, I said it might be.
It would be. If I come out here tomorrow night with a bullhorn and start yelling N-word at those youngins, are you going to come out here and arrest me?
I'm not working tomorrow. And I can't say what the other officers do.
If you were working tomorrow, would you?
I'd probably come out here and ask you to cut it out.
And if I didn't stop?
Then it might be discount, like I said, okay? But there's nothing, that's touching it, okay?
No, you're going out of your way to twist shit into stuff that ain't.
Okay.
But that's alright. I'm working on getting a hold of your interim police chief, who apparently can't do anything because he's interim.
Okay. So, yeah, supervisor works tomorrow if you want to talk to him.
I don't need to talk to the supervisor. They've already bullied me, harassed me, and broken the law repeatedly.
Okay.
Only the police chief.
Okay. Yeah, you can try him, okay? He won't be in on Monday because tomorrow is his holiday.
Well, I suppose if I'm assaulted or threatened again, I should just... What do you recommend I do? Run him over with my vehicle?
If it's an emergency, Sean, you can call us, because this is third time.
It is an emergency. This has been going... It is criminal. It is criminal. You're just not willing to hear it all.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Oh. Well, it looks like we got somebody who sent a message that is held for review. I just took a screenshot of it. Of course, the guy has to have a special name like Jack something or other. I'm not going to tell you what it is, actually, because it's not appropriate. You like that? Someone calling himself Jace Bolnez typed, the cops have better things to do. No, they don't. No, they fucking don't. It is their job to do something about this. Now, you guys want to come on here and bully me some more, try to convince me that I'm a bad person, for trying to get help stopping this abuse? What a bunch of fucking punks. Jace Wolnez. I hope this happens to you. I hope that you end up with some karma of your own. I hope that you are separated from your loved ones and treated like a child molester or a rapist or a murderer. The cops don't have better things to do. The cops are useless pieces of shit. All of them. Fucking punks. Obviously, he's going out of his way to be a little bitch. And that's the problem with having to go to police who have committed felonies against you. Fuck all of you. Ain't none of y'all worth talking to. You showed that. You showed that no matter what, you just don't care. You're whiny little bitches because you got busted. Christopher McConkey typed, "Bro, what about me? I'm here to help. I'm trying." Well, you haven't typed in a while, and I tried to talk to that officer. Talking to him alone don't work. Christopher McConkey, like I said, you being 14 is scary. If you get a hold of your parents and tell them what's going on. Of course, you also told me that that guy on the bike was your dad. By the way, I have that guy recorded on here. He's recorded on my channel too. And like you were saying, he was all fucked up on meth at the time. Now, I don't know if you were messing around about that guy being your dad or not. But you remember what I told you? If he puts his hands on you, you come and get me. Even if you call me the N-word, that still stands. Even if you assault me, that still stands. Tell your parents what's been going on down here. And tell them to look up the name Natalie Bollinger, so they know why people are hurting me. Christopher McConkey typed, "I did tell my parents, and I'm sorry for saying that's my dad." So he's not really your dad, or he is? The way you typed that, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to take it. So I'm not trying to be rude. It's just the way the sentence structure, the way that it's typed is kind of confusing. What it seems like you're saying is that you did tell your parents and that you were sorry for claiming that guy was your dad. Now, if that's what you're doing and that guy wasn't really your dad, thank you for being honest about it. A lot of people lie to me and expect me to believe them, and I have to sort through people who are lying to me all the time. Some of them just think it's all in good fun. By the way, I tried to turn in Sheriff Ray Rao before he ended up getting all in trouble. I was pissed off about that too. See, I was trying to get a hold of him, and then all of a sudden I got to get a hold of a lieutenant now who's an interim. First time I talked to the interim, I was told he can't do anything because he's an interim sheriff. Christopher McConkey type. He's not. He's really not. I was just coming out of the hospital and was trying to make to make sure day, mine, and yours. Wasn't trying to upset you. Well, the thing that upsets me is that I'm in a constant state of fear and I can't function and I'm harmed because of it. What I need to make her police report is just a quiet room where I can sit down with my evidence and work on it. I can't afford this spending all of my money to go from one parking lot to another, to another, to another, all the time. To be victimized in every parking lot. You know, when I first got to this parking lot, I stuck up for all of you. Even though I didn't come talk to any of you. And that guy who calls that one girl Tally Tuna, you know, when I first came up and talked to you guys, instead of fucking just trying to ignore you and bitch about how much noise you make from inside of my car, when I first came up and talked to you guys, it's because Christian, when he threatened to kill you guys, I had to deal with the kid I call the fat kid and two others coming up on me, stepping up on me, not cool. And I tried to defuse it by talking to y'all like people. By saying, hey man, you know what? I'm sorry that that happened to you. But not just that I'm sorry that happened to you. That I'm not okay with it happening to you. Now, some of y'all have been here on nights when it's been real bad, and some of you haven't. Which one of y'all was here on what given night? I got no clue. But these cops want to pretend that it's okay to harass a disabled homeless man. And that is certainly not the case. Fitzgerald's a goddamn douchebag, and I knew he was a lazy fuck. I don't mind speaking up. And I told you, I've been to prison for protecting children. In nearly exactly this kind of scenario. Well, it was far different. Chapel, Nebraska is a lot more hostile. In Chapel, Nebraska, I've been sticking up for black people for well over 2 decades. Here in Tillamook, I've only been sticking up for black people for 11 months. The fact that I'm even in this town is a public safety issue. You know, any one of you who wants to be angry with me could be a target of opportunity for a predator. Any predator could kill you and try framing me for it, and goddamn right these cops are going to try to frame me for it. Same as Boulder Police Department and Broomfield Police Department tried to frame me for Natalie Bollinger's murder, tried to paint me as a violent schizophrenic. Y'all know I'm not fucking schizophrenic. That cursing that happens out here, it really happens. Them N-words really happened. And just because you're not an antagonizer doesn't mean that the people who are antagonizing aren't doing it. I don't hate any of you. And even the little bastards driving by screaming the N-word at me. You think I'm going to let somebody fucking hurt them in this parking lot? Do you? See. This message is held for review. View message. Christopher McConkey typed, my best friend Yaya is black. Well, my best friend is I don't have one. Natalie Bollinger was the last best friend I had, and she fucking died. I don't know why that's blocked, but I tried showing it. My apologies, Christopher McConkey, that it won't show that. My best friend is black is not a valid excuse for racism. I've had plenty of black friends in my life, plenty of white friends in my life. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I'm an asshole to both of them. Both groups. Well, in specific, the KKK and BLM. I like most of the black people I know. I like a lot of the white people that I know. The thing is, Christopher, is that if you type up the name Natalie Bollinger on YouTube, and you click any of those ones that was made by somebody else, and you play that for your parents, and you tell them, hey, that guy is in town, maybe that'll make a difference. It'll probably make them hate me, but you know what? At least they'll be looking. See, I get bullied until I have a mental breakdown. Over and over again. And then people don't like that I speak up about being bullied or having a mental breakdown. I'm not out to hurt anybody, and I never was. People threaten to kill me over and over and over again. If I threaten to kill somebody, I get charged with making terroristic threats. If you threaten to kill me, I'm told it's not against the law. If a bunch of youth down here want to call me the N-word over and over and over again on a megaphone in this fucking parking lot, magically that's not against the law either. But y'all want to bitch about being recorded. I shouldn't have to record. These cops are breaking the law. Now you guys want to pretend like it's just a couple of people bugging me and it's no big thing. No, 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 no. Maybe you should look up Robert Farnsworth's history. No matter what, these officers want to make it my fault they didn't do their jobs. And no, homie, don't fucking play that. By law, they're supposed to accommodate my disabilities, and they're literally not doing that. maybe you should look at how many hundreds of thousands of dollars have been spent by officers that I was trying to turn in to have me incarcerated so they could slander my name and prevent me from going to court. Christopher McConkey typed, okay, I will show my parents. I'm gonna try and get some rest. Have a good night. Yeah, me too. I wanted to try to get some sleep hours ago. But like most nights, if it's not squeal on the tires, it's racism getting screamed. Be safe and good night. Jace Wolnaz typed, you stalked Natalie Bollinger. Now what do we do with these asswipes? You already know what we do. I can't stop these asswipes in real life. Bullying an at-risk adult is absolutely against the law. It's a felony. And Jace Wolnaz hide user on this channel. You see how easy it was to get rid of that dumb little bitch on my channel? Yeah, I know how to be disrespectful. I didn't stalk Natalie. Her and her friends stalked me. Just like the situation in this fucking parking lot. Just like the situation with James... What the fuck was his name? James Murphy. Nobody helped me to turn in James Murphy. Instead, they did everything to deprive me of the very few fucking resources that it takes for me to make a fucking police report. You've got a goddamn interview room. Maybe you guys go through and look at my videos. Maybe you listen to yourselves. Maybe you don't. But the thing is, I don't deserve to take this abuse. I record for my safety, not for some misplaced, misguided fucking hatred for kids. I've been to prison for protecting children. I've been to jail for protecting children. And guess what? I was never convicted of a goddamn felony. I was only charged with misdemeanors. How dare I try to turn in people who committed crimes against me? How dare I? Meanwhile, that dumb son of a bitch tonight, what did he want to do? He wanted to be as lazy a fucking piece of shit as he could. To go out of his way to help them youngins get away. When Natalie Bollinger and her friends were stalking me before Natalie was killed, I was told I just needed to man up and that they had real police work to do, so they never documented it. And tell me that whole megaphone thing, tell me that was not malicious. Tell me that the bullying that I've endured since then is not malicious. Not that it matters. I'm used to it, and that's a pathetic thing to have to say. Not because I didn't try, but because nobody else did. It shouldn't be up to a 14-year-old boy to try to do something about this. Of course, when I was 14, that's what I was doing. When I was 14, I was protecting people. When I was 15, I had a job and I made sure that my little brother and sister were fed. While the other kids in my school drove big-ass trucks. Nice fucking cars. Bunch of farm boys like here. Talking about how everybody gets a free ride with them and they work for this and they work for that. Meanwhile, a farmhand who works the land for 20 years before they were born isn't going to inherit that property. I need help starting up a GoFundMe so that I can recover some sort of, well, living expenses, because I can't possibly live on the amount of money that I have, and I can't possibly keep on traveling to somewhere else every time people decide that it's okay to harm me over Natalie Bollinger. By the way, all of the abuse that I've taken is all over Natalie Bollinger. Me being forced to move is over fucking people who harassed me over Natalie Bollinger. People who want to pretend that because I didn't do what they wanted right when they fucking wanted it, that I might rape or molest somebody. Meanwhile, I have zero, that's right, zero crimes against children. Zero. I have never been charged with child abuse. I have never been charged with rape. I have never been charged with molesting anybody. But somehow, magically, it's okay. Because all these police officers have to do is play fucking retarded. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and your sister's too. And no victim left behind.